Hello, VoidViper here. Welcome to this Q&A video. I'm not sure where you're getting this information from, but it is a time of the year. The Anti-VoidViper coalition is probably plotting something. I don't know what they're plotting, but whatever you see in the background or whatever's happening, don't listen to them. Okay, I'm just gonna be answering the Q&A from the 12,000 subscribers special. So let's get started. First question, how did you get that name VoidViper? So the VoidViper name was, well, the channel name was originally named as The Void, and then when I was young, I played a lot of like those Dota games, MOBA games, and then there was this hero called Viper. So then, for the fun of it, I added the Viper into my name on Kicksai forums. For those of you who remember me on Kicksai, I don't think you do anyway, but basically that's why I became as the Viper. So in regards to the merge of the channel, I became VoidViper, and since then the VoidViper has always been on the name. So, next question, is there a country you really like to visit? Well, I do want to visit Italy, simply because of its Roman history in the city of Rome, but I think that's the only city that has a lot of the Roman history left of it. But I also want to visit France, like Paris, maybe London. I also want to visit Istanbul, maybe, and there are a lot of countries I like to visit, but, well, Istanbul's in Turkey, but it's mostly for the historical things. I do want to visit Singapore as well, and I guess Taiwan, I'm going to consider that independent as well, so yeah. Next question, what convinced you to animate your mapping, as in making your country balls move smoothly, your text for countries, talking, etc.? So, really, when I first started mapping, I was already having some basic knowledge of stop motion animation, so I wanted to practice my animation, so I started mapping. Well, I didn't start mapping, so I decided to try mapping just to get like a head start, or not a head start, just like a general setup as to how to animate. So most of the animations were done in stop motion, which I wouldn't call animations, but they are stop motion. And then slowly I started getting a little bit more advanced and get a little bit fancy, trying to be more efficient, and eventually I started animating my mapping. And it's a lot more efficient, it saves a lot of time from the things that I shouldn't care about, but more about like the graphics and the story. But what convinced me is having the knowledge of animating before starting mapping, but I guess that leads to where I am today. Next question, if you were to live in another country, where would it be? Well, I currently live in Canada, and if I was to choose another country, it's gonna be a little bit hard. I think, for the sake of historical stuff, I think Italy, but I want to stay the language there, so probably England is probably the best, because English is on the way. And no, I don't want to live in China, so that's all I can say. Next question, do you fully enjoy what you do? Well, there are some things I do enjoy, some things I don't enjoy. The thing I don't enjoy about mapping is having having the struggle to upload, especially when I'm in university and struggling like hell. And but if you ask me if I enjoy it, well, I'll enjoy it. I usually enjoy writing stories, but if like the story that I like writing is not really liked by others, then I start losing motivation with that story, and eventually I start hating that story. I think you saw that already. So let's just move on. What has been your favorite part about mapping, thus doing it for so long? Oh, okay. Well, my favorite part of mapping is creating my own lore, the VoidViper lore, with like, the Anti-VoidViper coalition, all that, the League of Nation villains, AFOE nations versus AFOW versions, and now there's Frozen and all that. So yeah, I think the lore is probably my favorite thing. Even though most of the lore is from AFOE that not a lot of people know about, so whatever. Next question. How long does it take to make mapping videos? Didn't I mention not to ask this question? Well, I don't remember. So all I can say is about 20 hours. Well, on average. Doesn't mean it applies to every video. Next question. What's the thing you hate the most about mapping? Well, I mentioned earlier about how, like, I write a story, nobody likes it, so I lose motivation for it myself. Okay. Next question. How did you know mapping? Well, I was addicted to history back starting from grade 7, and then my addiction ended in grade 8, and then it returned in grade 10, so I looked up some history videos. I found Emperor Tiger Star's World War II map, And then in the suggested videos, there were like mapping videos, and I ended up watching them. But that was like I think 2012, 2013 around there. And then sometime in late 2014, I decided, let's just start mapping. And I think I already answered why I decided to start mapping. So next question: do you have everything planned before you map? Wait, hold on. Do you have everything planned before you map, or do you think ideas while you map? Well, usually an idea comes in my head, and then if I think it's good, sometimes I write it down, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just do it while working on the videos. So half and half, you can say, but most of the ideas comes from my head. Well, I did have a kit mind. You can tell from I played with pencils, so I have a lot of imagination there. Next question. What is your favorite time period in history? Well, I guess medieval times because I like the swords, bows, like even duels, like the Arabic duels before a fight. There's like who wants a duel, and yeah, that's I don't think that's medieval times though. Whatever. Next question. What is your favorite country you created? Well, Pavanella. Yeah, I think because he's got that cool fermionic weapons and all that. I think that's just for the country itself. But from the Spaceship Group comics, the political ideology is like, okay, fine. The warrior there is the monarchy controls the military and how they expand, while the government controls the people and how it's taxes. But the government has no power over the monarchy. Basically, the monarchy controls the government, so something like that. Not absolute. It's not exactly absolute monarchy, I would say, but it's just fictional political ideology, and I hate talking about them. Last question: Ottoman or Byzantium? Ottomans. That is it for this Q&A. Thank you for watching. For those of you who have not had their questions answered, I'm sorry I couldn't pick you out. There are so many questions, so to be fair, I'm going to go in the comments right now. Well, not right now, but I will go into the comments and just answer the questions that I will answer in the comments. Hopefully I get all of them. The only ones I won't answer are the ones that I just answered here, or the ones I asked you not to ask. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you ignored whatever's happening in the background. I don't know what the Anti-VoidViper collision is doing, so I'm not going to turn the camera, I'm going to turn my head. So, yeah, my head. It's so hard to turn it either. So, thanks for watching. VoidViper, out.